Well, hello everyone. Kind of in the mood to show more comics again, so I figured, what the hell? Why not? Let's show some comics. Some things that I picked up that I didn't show in other videos before. Picked up at convention, eBay, whatever, etc., etc., etc. So, Punisher #4, limited series. Punisher #3, limited series. I have one in somewhere, you know what I mean? And I'm missing like 2 issues before I want to actually read it. So I actually want to read the entire story. Hawk 198. Ugh, jeez, the glare. Wonder Woman, Volume 2, #6. Her versus Ares. Actually, was a pretty good, cool story. The way he was defeated was pretty intelligent, in my opinion. Wonder Woman, Volume 2, 46. This actually deals with suicide. It's actually a pretty heavy issue. Well done, considering for comic book standards, because comic books in the 90s and like late 80s were known to be the best at dealing with this sort of stuff. Superman 701. This is when Superman decides I have lost track from the comic person, so I'm just gonna walk America, and pretty much that's that whole story arc. Justice League #39. Pretty much the we're not even talking the B team here. This is like the D team Justice League versus Despero. No Superman, no Batman, no Aquaman. Just this is like the complete D team versus Despero, and it does not go very well for them. Justice League #40. This is the second part of this. Again, man, just the D League Justice team just really sucked. Despero pretty much wore them out. New Mutants, #60. This is actually the death of Cypher. I can't remember his name. I always get that, but Douglas Ramsey. He gets shot, pretty much. Yeah, that spoiler alert. He gets shot, and that's how he dies. And Magneto kind of flips out in the next issue. Thor #3. And the reason I got this is because this is the issue where Iron Man, becomes a dick. Well, becomes more of a dick, and Superhuman Registration Act, and he does all this shady crap. And then Thor pretty much just lays a smackdown on his ass and humbles the shit out of him and the U.S. government. Great to read. Power Man and Iron Fist #100. Actually, kind of cool. It's actually kind of a cool issue because Iron Fist loses his soul in this. So it's a pretty interesting read. Power Man and Iron Fist #125, the last issue of the series, which results in the death, parentheses and quotation marks, of Iron Fist. Yeah, he gets beaten to death by a kid who loses control of his power. It's pretty. I know it's not supposed to be hilarious, but I found it hilarious. J-Lay #88. I was hoping for the issue to be better, but it was kind of meh. Because sometimes I like, find stories that I think are going to be interesting to read, and I'll give them a read, and that one was disappointing. Green Lantern 199. This pretty much is kind of starting, this almost kind of crosses over with Crisis on Infinite Earths, essentially. It's kind of almost has to do with that. And it's like a whole story arc that goes into all the way to like 200. West Coast Avengers #1. The ongoing series, not the limited series. Because, why not? Why wouldn't I? Why not? It's there, it's cheap, might as well. Batman #201. It says $50. Trust me, I did not pay $50 for that. Why? Why would I do that? What would be the point of paying this for an issue that's not significant? It's really interesting seeing some old school Batman, just how silly the stories are, which they were intended to be silly because they're for children, not actually adults and teenagers like they are now. Pretty much all these try to kill him. Like, they try to kill him, and his villains have to save him. It's really interesting to see Batman not be super competent, almost like Inspector Gadget type esque. Batman. Oh, crap. Move them off train of thought. Batman. Oh, shoot. Number 366. Look, the cover is pretty damn amazing, but this is when Jason Todd like puts on his really ridiculously shitty Robin costume. It's the first time you see him in a Robin costume. That it is, whew, man. I thought the Panthers one was terrible, but yeah, it's kind of his first appearance as Robin, his uniform. Then Batman 368. This is when Jason Todd officially becomes Batman, officially becomes Robin, and Dick Grayson gives him the costume. Of course, this is pre-crisis. Post-crisis has a completely different origin. Then Joker #1, right here, like in VG condition. I would say VG plus at best. Why not? Got it for a good price. Then Strange Tales 180, first appearance of Gamora. This one's probably a solid, very fine to very fine minus. Again, why not? Good price. First appearance. I'm not going to pass that up. Phantom Stranger #1. Interesting read. It's like, I'm not used to reading some of these type of supernatural type things, so it's really interesting to read. And then Marvel Spotlight #28. And the significance of this one is not the first appearance of Moon Knight. First appearance of Moon Knight is Werewolf by Night #32. But this is the first solo story of Moon Knight, essentially. That's why there's such a premium, and it just doesn't really make any sense why it would be such a premium, but it is. Again, good price. It's easily in a very fine condition. I'm not gonna pass it up for a good price. You give me a good price on something, I'm gonna take it. And yeah, just some of the things I picked up, like some of the things I didn't show that I picked up at the convention, some things I picked up later on. I just feel like making a video.